So you guys might have already gone down the path of x squared plus 5x plus 6. We realize that we're looking for factors of 6 that add together give me 5, which is 2 and 3, x plus 2, x plus 3. I'm going to show you this other way to do it, and then we're going to understand why it works. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a product. We're going to multiply the number in front of x, which in this case is 1, times the number in front of c, which in this case is 6, because it's actually a squared plus bx plus c. That's what I'm saying. So the product of AC in this case would equal 1 times 6, which equals 6. So now we want to find the factors of 6. The factors of 6 is 1 and 5, 2 and 3. Now again, we want to, because it's the same, we want to look for the sum. We're looking for the sum that gives us 5. So the sum, this will give me a sum of 6, this will give me a sum of 5. So these are my factors. I'm going to slightly do something a bit different. I'm going to split up this 5x into 2x and 3x. Once you do that, you factor out these two terms and you factor out the highest common factor of these two terms. What's my highest common factor of these two terms? Is x. X plus 2. And this is, highest factor out of this would be 3. 3x plus 2. Now, I'm just going to show you guys something. With this expression that we factorized, right, we've got, I'm just going to write it as this, x plus 3, x plus 2. When you expand this, right, you go, well, x times x, x plus x times 2. So you get, well, x is really multiplied by x plus 2, right? So you're multiplying that. So you're going x multiplied by x plus 2, because that's going to give you x squared. It's the same thing as doing that. X times 2 would give you plus 2x. And then we take the 3. Then I go plus 3 times x and plus 3 times 2. So what I've really done is I've gone, well, plus 3 is multiplied by x plus 2 as well. So we've got x is multiplied by x plus 2 and plus 3 is multiplied by x plus 2. So this would give you 3x, same thing as this. So it's plus 3x. And this would also give you plus 2. So what I'm trying to show you here is that this thing here is the same as that, is how I can write it. So what you can do, if you've got x is multiplied by x plus 2, 3 positives is also multiplied by x plus 2. These are multiplied by the same thing. Therefore, I can just go, well, it's x plus 3 is multiplied by x by 2. So over here, we've got x is multiplied by x plus 2 and 3 is multiplied by x plus 2. So I can actually rewrite that now as, well, x plus 3 is multiplied, because the x comes from here, and the plus 3 comes from here, and they're both multiplied by the same thing. And that's how you can get to your factors as well. Let's do another one, and we'll write this one down. So we've got x squared plus 7x plus 12. Now, why I showed you the other methods is because it's probably a lot quicker in your head to go, oh, that's going to be x plus 3, x plus 4. So it's good to have some variation and some fluency and some understanding of different techniques about how you can do it the quickest way. And I would still do it that way. But we're going to learn a different way. And this will help us for when we have non-monic factors. So for example, when we've got like maybe like a 18x squared out the front, okay? So here I'm thinking of, first of all, my product is going to be 1 times 12. So the product, these two numbers, it's a times b. So that's going to be 12. And now I want the factors of 12. Factors of 12 is going to be 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. And I want the sum to be 7. Because it's still a positive, so we're talking about sum. That's going to be 13. That's going to be 8. that one is going to be 7. So it's these two. So we're going to split this up. X squared plus 3x plus 4x plus 12. Take out your common factor here. Well, the only thing I take out from here is x plus 3. Here I can take out 4. You always need to take out your highest common factor. 4, that's going to leave me with x plus 3. Aha, they're both multiplied by the same thing. X plus 4, x plus 3. Now, guys, if you can do it this way, you can do absolutely every time factorising, as long as there's some x-intercepts on there, you can pretty much get away with this. So that will help us. So that's how we do that. And that's how we get there. Let's just look at one that's slightly different. All right. So I'm just going to change this up. We're going to do the same one again. So please write this one down. This one's x squared minus 7x plus 12. So again, we're going to look at the product. And that is AB. A multiplied by, sorry, AC it is. A multiplied by C would be 12. It's 1 times 12. So we want the factors of 12. So this is just my working out. So we've got 1 and 12. We've got 2 and 6. And we've got 3 and 4. We're looking for the sum because it's positive. So because it's positive, we're looking for the sum. Because they need to be the same. It gives you negative 7. It's going to be negative 3 and negative 4. Because you know they both need to be negative, because that's negative. This would give you a sum of negative 13 if they're both negative, and this will give you a sum of negative 8. So it needs to be this one. So we're going to split the term 7x into negative 7x into negative 3x and negative 4x. Now, it doesn't matter which one you use, and I'll show you this on this one too. So we've got x squared minus 3x minus 4x plus 12. Then we just factor out both of the two terms. What can I factor out from here is x. Now, you always need this to be the same term as that one. So if I want it to be x minus 3, I've actually got to factor out negative 4 from here, because that would then give me x, because negative 4 times x would give me negative 4x. Negative 4 times what would give me positive 12? Well, it actually have to be negative 3, right? So now I've got, these always need to be the same. So now I know it's going to be x minus 4, x minus 3. And that is it there. Now, alternatively, remember how I said you could do it either way? We could have just jumped in with x squared, and we could do minus 4x minus 3x minus 12. And I'm going to factor out x from here. I've got x, and I'm left with x minus 4. Here I'm going to factor out minus 3. Minus 3, because I need x minus 4 left in there. That's going to be x. Negative 3 times, sorry, it'd have to be, it's plus 12. Right, that's right. That's why it doesn't work. It's plus 12, my bad. That makes more sense. So if I take out negative, that would then have to be a negative as well. That would be minus 4. Negative 3 times negative 4 give me positive 12. So now you'll notice that I've actually taken out this factor, and I'm left with x minus 3, where this one, I had a factor of x minus 3, and it's x minus 4. So it doesn't matter which way you write these, which way you split it, because you'll just have one of the other factors, and the other one will come out. So that's going to be x minus 3, x minus 4. And that is how we factorize those ones. Now, the only difference is when you have something that's a bit different, which is the difference. So we've got x squared. Let's go with minus 8, and we'll do this as, let's go with this as plus 2x. Okay, so again, I would factorize this probably using, difference would be, I can already see straight away that's going to be x They're both going to be the same. They're going to be different. One's going to be negative. One's going to be positive. Give me a difference of 2, so it'll be 4 and 2. And it would be that. However, let's just look at going through this a little bit differently with this technique. So my product, this is a 1, don't forget. So my product equals -8. So I want to find factors of 8. And again, because it's a negative, we want to find the difference this time, because it is a negative. So we want to find the difference. So factors of 8 would be 1, 8, 2, and 4. And we want a difference of 2. A difference of 2, so this has a difference of 7. This has a difference of 2. How do I make a positive 2? I make a positive 2 by making that -2 and that positive 4. So I'm going to split this term up into these two. So it's the same stuff we're already doing. X squared minus 2x plus 4x. That still adds up to positive 2x, right? Minus 8. So it's exactly the same thinking we were doing before. And that's why I wanted to go through that. So now we've got, I'll take out a factor of x here. We've got x minus 2. And here, I want this to be x minus 2, so I'm going to take out a factor of 4. Plus 4. Take out your highest common factor. X minus 2. X plus 4. X minus 2. So that is really 8a. Where we lie. Sorry, 8e. How does this work for the next subchapter 8f? Well, let's have 8g. Well, let's just have a quick look at that. Let's just choose some pretty tricky questions, and we'll just go down the bottom, and we'll choose this one. 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. 4x squared. So this is pretty tricky. So as if I said to you guys, hey, 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Minus 12x plus 9. Now, if I asked you to factorize this normally, just thinking about it, well, the first bracket could be, they're going to both be the same, but they both need to be negative. So we know it's going to be negative, right? Both the brackets. Now, it could be 4x and x. It could also be 2x and 2x. Now, I need the product to give me 9 when I multiply these two, but when I'm multiplying the 2 or a 4, so this could be 4x times a number, and this number times this number needs to give me a sum of 12. Or it could be like 2x times another number, and 2x times this number needs to give me 12. I know they both need to be negative 12. So it gets a bit confusing when it's non-monic, because you have different variables of what can be in there. It's not just x and x anymore. So the most efficient method would be this method. So the product of these two, and you can do it for monic as well. The product, remember, is a times b. Why did that just go? Whoops. Edit, redo. Okay, that was just bizarre. So I'll just write down that question again. I do not know what happened there. 4x squared, I'm just going to pan down. 4x squared minus 12x. I think it was plus 9. So we're looking for the product. So remember, when I talk about this, we're talking about ax squared. I'm just going to have to start a new page. Bear with me. Just gets a bit glitchy at times. 4, there we go, x squared minus, I should know this by now, 12x. I just want to make sure we get it down right. Plus 9. So we're going to look for the product of AB. So this is, when I say AB, we're talking about a x squared minus plus bx plus c. So the product of AB is 4 times 9, which is 36. So then we want to list down the factors of the product, which is really the factors of 36. Right, now we know that the terms are going to be both negative, because this is negative and they both need to be the same. So we know that. So we want the factors of 36. So let's list them down. We've got 1 and 36. We've got 2 and 18. We've got 3 and 12. And I think we've got 4 and 9. So there are factors, but we want the sum. Why do we want the sum? Is because it's both the same, okay? If they're both the same, we want the sum. So we want the sum as C is positive. If we want the sum as C is positive, if C is negative, want difference.
So,
and that's, yep.
When you said AB equals 4 times 9, isn't it meant to be 4 times 12, negative 12?
No, because you always want the product of A and C. Whoops, AC. That shouldn't be AB. Thank you. That should be AC. It's always
Okay.
A times C. Well done. Good pickup. Sorry. Can you guys please check that? It is always A times C. So you're always timesing the first polynomial in front of x squared by the constant term, the number just by itself. So it's actually 4 times 9, which is 36. Thank you so much. So we've got the factors. Now we want the sum. We want the sum as C is positive. So we want the sum of C. So the sum of C. So really we want the sum of 12, negative 12. Well, this would give you a sum of 37. This would give you a sum of 20. This would give you a sum of, what are we doing? That would give you a sum of 36. This would give you a sum of what? 15. So obviously I haven't got all the factors in here because I need 12. So what else? 4 9s is 36. Yep. So what else gives us 36? Wouldn't 6 and 6 give us 36? That would give us 12. But we know that they need to be negative because it's going to give us a sum of negative 12. So I'm going to split this term So we're just going to do that here. I've only did this just for thinking. This is just for thinking notes, just to help us understand what we're, thinking of. So it's going to be 4x squared. I'm going to split the 12x into minus 6x plus 9. Now I'm just going to factor out this, factor out that. So the highest factor I can take out of this is 2x. X minus 3. Here I can take out 3, negative. I'm going to make it positive 3. No, I'm going to make it negative 3 because I want that x positive. So minus 3 would leave me with, that has to be 2x. Whoops, I stuffed up here. That should be 2x. If you take out 2x from here, that will give you 4x squared minus 6x. Here, negative 3 times what would give me negative 6x? That would be 2x. Negative 3 times what would give me 9 would be negative 3. So notice now I've got the same factors. You should always have the same factors. You need to take out the highest common factor. If they're not the same, you've done something wrong. You need to make sure they're the same. So it's going to be 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3. And that is the same square. So it's 2x minus 3 all squared. And that is factorized.